Okay, I would like to say something about my plan how to approach this essay. So I'll write about influence of pinchback he can have on readers because if we trust him as an authority, then we can really uh, change our lives completely and go to illegal things and have very serious consequences with that decision. So, if we distribute medication like shaman does, actually that's not a medication, and he doesn't know what dosages he's going to give to his clients. If we distribute drugs, for example, in a hospital like shamans do, that will be enormous consequences to the patients, and many will die. Uh, or if we read his heroes, Pinchback's heroes, in every chapter you can find some uh, some of his heroes that died from drug use. He's saying that those drugs are not addictive, but on the same way we see in almost every chapter, or at least very often, that those drug users does not stop with psychedelic drugs, but they continue until they take uh, dose which is too big for them to stay alive. And also, uh, why should I run away from my reality? My reality is good. And even if it's not, how can I resolve my problems by running away from reality? I should stay here and think about the possible solutions for my problems, not to run away in some psychedelic, irrational way of thinking. Actually, that's not thinking, that's just escape, and you have to come back to the same situations, and also you still don't have a solution. Also, uh, his claims has to be checked because he's not an authority for fields he has claim on it. So we really have to be careful if we cannot blindly believe whatever he said, because he has an interest to believe what he wants to believe, because he wants drugs to be legal. He wants to feel safe with his vice. He's aware that he's going to be persecuted if he continues to do what he does, and his interest is to be on legal side. So that's kind of propaganda more than rather than just an independent exploration what the truth is. Also, everyone who knows a person who died from drugs, he would question all his claims. He wouldn't believe him easily. Also, one of the things I'm going to ask myself, or everyone who is going to read that essay, is why Pinchback didn't go to the jungle to live among Iboga users. Why he came back to our society where Iboga or psychedelic drugs are illegal. He can go to the place where Iboga is legal, and all Iboga users have that standard because they're drug users. That's the way of life they were able to produce. That's the life standard, which is direct consequence of drug using. So, if we want to live like that, like people in Gabon or in some jungle, to live in uh, such a low life standard, then uh, that's the way it's gonna be. But if we uh, if we see, we actually see that even Pinchbeck doesn't want to go back there. So he's aware that Iboga is going to produce, to destroy a society. Or not only Iboga, but every psychedelic substance. Imagine the world where everyone is Iboga users. That will be terrible. That will be Gabon-like society. So I really do not want to go back from reality into that kind of reality or psychedelic trips that is going to destroy society, myself and people around me.